And I am with Captain Osorio from the Gardena Police Department.
Hi, everybody.
So, first of all, do you get the same kind of questions every time you come here? What kind of questions do people ask you, generally speaking,
When we're at National Night Out,
or at any time?
they'll ask what our crime rates are. They'll ask, they ask questions like, what's a good part of town to live in? It's the entire city of Gardena, by the way. They'll ask what we do, what kind of training we have, all those kind of things.
Right. Were you born in Gardena?
No,
Where were you born?
in Florida, actually.
In Florida, okay. And when did you move here?
Probably 1971.
1971.
Right.
And you went to high school here?
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. And so what high school did you go to?
I went to Bishop Montgomery.
Bishop Montgomery. And did you play sports over there?
I ran track.
You ran track. Very good. I understand that you started martial arts when you were very young.
I was probably 13 or 14, I think, when I first started martial arts.
Any specific genre of martial arts?
I started out in Shotokan karate. I moved into judo, a few other things, and then ultimately ended up at International Martial Arts and Boxing in Carson. And their main focus there is Bruce Lee's art of Jeet Kune Do. So it's a mix. We have Filipino martial arts, American boxing, kickboxing, wrestling, judo, and jiu-jitsu.
Do you do any instruction at this point?
Yes, I'm a senior instructor there.
Very good. When did you join the Gardena Police Department?
1995.
And how did you do that? I mean, what made you think you wanted to be an officer? I mean, how did that come about?
Well, I think I always wanted to be a police officer. I happened to be working in one of the businesses here in the city at the time, and I got to know a lot of the police officers that worked here at the time. And a couple of them became my mentors, and eventually I went through the hiring process and was lucky enough to get hired.
Okay. So you were a regular old street officer for how long? Approximately.
I was a regular officer for about 5 years, and then I became a field training officer.
Okay.
And then I went into a few other areas.
So many people know that you've been the head of the SWAT team. You were the head of the SWAT team for a long time. How did that come about?
Well, I got on SWAT in 1997. And I worked my way through most of the different positions on the team. When I got promoted to sergeant, I got moved to team leader. And then when I got promoted to lieutenant in 2009, I think it was, I was made the team commander.
Okay. So do you miss doing that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you became captain when? A couple of years ago?
Almost 2 years ago now.
Almost 2 years. So how is being a captain different than being a lieutenant?
I'm not just in charge of one team. Now I'm in charge of operations. So that means I have almost everyone who's in uniform working with me. So that's patrol officers, our SWAT team, our negotiators, our K9 team, and then a few other smaller teams.
Okay.
I also have peer support.
Also, for many of you who've been on this channel for quite a while, Captain Osorio has been our fearless leader for the Disaster Communication Service, for the CERT teams, for like a long time now, right?
Yeah, I think it was since 2009, 2010.
I'm sure it was that
Right.
long.
Yeah.
So how have you seen the CERT teams change over the years?
So obviously the CERT teams have evolved over the last few years. A lot of what was going on at the beginning was more disaster prep, obviously, but now the CERT teams are very heavily involved in a lot of things we do here at the department. Also a lot of things that go on in the city, and obviously there's more CERT training going on too. So we have a lot more people who are on or who are eligible to be on CERT. In fact, they're all, a lot of them are here tonight.
That's correct.
So, yeah.
Okay, one last question for you. Where do you see Gardena policing going to? What are we going to see? What do you guys want to accomplish with the community?
What we want to do is we want to continue our obviously our interaction with the public.
Yes.
We, even through COVID and through all the social unrest and different things that have happened over the last couple of years, we have had a very high level of support from our our public, and we greatly appreciate that. And it's one of the things that has kept us going. We've been able to, to solve a lot of crimes. We've been able to, keep the city safe, and we've been able to do it while, still waving at our neighbors and
Right.
saying hi when we drive by, and and being able to talk to them, in circumstances like this, and in National Night Out. And I think for me that's the main goal, is to keep that going.
Okay, very good. In the last few years, I mean, I love living in Gardena, but the chief said something not long ago, and I realized he was right. We hold a lot of community events, and I'm looking at all the different cities, and it's like, holy crap, we really do hold a lot of events.
No, absolutely.
And we got coming up, we have the Food Wine Festival.
Yes, September. Yep.
And the Jazz Festival.
End of August. Yes.
And I'm just amazed at all the stuff that the city of Gardena puts on.
They do a lot of good work here, and thankfully, this is actually one of the reasons I stayed here for my entire career.
Yep.
It's more of a small town feel. We have big city problems and big city issues that we deal with and we help to fix, but as far as the team that works here, it's a very small town feel, and it's one of those things where you feel good coming to work, and you feel good coming to work with the people that work here.
Okay. All right, everybody. Captain Vince Osorio, Gardena Police Department. I've known him for many years. He has just been great for the police department, for Gardena Disaster Communication Service, for the CERT teams, for everybody in general. Captain Osorio, you're a good man. Thank you.
Thank you, Stuart. Take care, everybody.